to the Amateur Expert Show. It's your girl Ashley, the Amateur Expert, and I'm here recording live, and I'll be interviewing Shots by Miko. We had some technical difficulties earlier, so I think I'm going to get her in now. We are recording episode 20 today, and let's see.
Hey.
Perfect. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And if you could briefly tell the audience who you are and a little bit about what you do.
Well, hello, everyone watching and everyone who will watch this after the fact. I am Miko Richardson of Shots by Miko Custom Cocktails and Shots, and we are a full-service beverage company that specializes in custom options. Based out of Kansas City, Missouri, in case anybody was wondering where we were at.
Perfect. And so, Miko, what did you want to be when you were a little girl?
I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon, actually.
Okay, and what was the motivating factor behind that?
My mother's a nurse. Well, she was a nurse, and so I was always somewhere around the medical field, picking up books and everything. Once she decided she didn't want to be a nurse anymore, she did other things inside the medical field that she had to train for. And so she put the books down, I pick them up, and I figured that bones are easier to handle with folks outside of like hearts and brains and eyeballs. So I was like, bones are big and chunky. I can do that without messing it up. So.
And so did you go to school were you pre-med or take us along your journey?
So I graduated from the historic Lincoln College Preparatory Academy here in Kansas City. I did go to Baker University in Baldwin City, Kansas, and I did go on the pre-med track and ended up graduating with a bachelor's degree in biology and one in chemistry and a sociology minor. I applied to medical school. I applied to medical school a couple of times, but actually I applied twice to a multitude of schools, but they only let you take the MCAT 3 times. And so as I was going into the 3rd time, I was like, look, let me just take a break. Let me get some experience out in the workforce, and I can do something that's healthcare related. So I went into pharmaceutical sciences. So I worked for big pharmaceutical companies in their labs, working on all their products, making sure what they said was in it. So I did that, and I went to animal pharma after that. Then I ended up in food and beverage, but in the meantime between that is where I picked up bartending and mixology, which helped when I went to food and beverage. I actually worked for a distillery, and I created their, I don't know if it's out there on the East Coast, but 360 vodka. You guys have that out there? Well, either way, there's a 360 vodka I know that's in our area that is made by a local distillery, and I created that whole entire line for them.
What?
Yeah, so.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah. Cool, thanks.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that. And then, so did that propel you to want to start your own business?
Well, I was already bartending for friends and doing little quick, quirky custom things at that point. And so when I interviewed for the position, I told them, hey, I'm a bartender on the other side of the daylight. I could help, kind of give you an inside track on what we like to handle as far as being behind the bar when it comes to new products and how things are mixed. And it was even to the point where I would do promo for my business utilizing their product. And so they were okay with it until upper management changes happened, and then I had to get out of Dodge. But at that point, Shots by Miko was up and moving and everything. So they were very aware.
That's awesome. So what I forgot to ask you before was, what was your idea of success when you were on the track of becoming a orthopedic surgeon, or when you first had that thought?
My idea of success would be helping people. I watched a lot of those videos and movies and documentaries. Oh, there we go. And for some reason, I say it how I read it, but it's not right. About people who had stunted growth or spina bifida or things like that, and they just wanted to be normal. And they had these orthopedic techniques where they could put rods in the major bones of the body to make these people taller, to straighten out their backs, to get rid of the humps. And I was like, hey, these people in the long run are helped. It may not be instantaneous, but it'll be something that you'll be in contact with these people throughout their life, and you made a difference. So.
And so now that you are an entrepreneur and a businesswoman, what is your idea of success and change from when you were at that stage in your career or in your life, and why?
It hasn't really changed. It's just that it's still helping people a means to an end. With Shots by Miko, we provide an experience, and we take the idea of your beverage service off your hands. Like when you come here, you're not dealing with some newbies or people who don't know what they're doing. Once you tell us what you need and what's to happen, you don't have to check to make sure that we're getting that accomplished for you. And so I think that helping people take that load off of them, especially for big events in their lives, weddings, engagements, receptions, big birthdays. A lot of these people are planning these events themselves. And so it's like one here, let me give you one less thing to worry about. Know that we know this, and we're going to make sure we take care of you and also respect your budget. If there is one, if there's not, that's even better. But, it's still all the same end goal. You end up helping people in something in their life, and it's one less thing they got to worry about.
And so what tips and motivators did you use along the way as you were going along your path?
I don't know if there was any. There was no business plan for Shots by Miko when we started. There was no mentor. There was no angel investor. It was kind of, this is what I wanted to look like. Who do I know that would support me in that? And so since I was working a lot of nightlife at the time before I formally started the business, I was the head bartender, lead bartender at some major nightclubs here in the city. So I was training a lot of bartenders to move like I move. And so when I started my business, I wrangled in some of those people who ended up becoming close friends to me and say, hey, guys, I'm thinking about starting this business. Would you be interested in joining in this venture with me? Not sure how much money we're going to make to start, but, I would appreciate your support. If not, no love lost. And so I think having the support system was more so anything for me starting the business.
Yeah, I think support is always important. And although you didn't have a clear-cut plan, you sort of knew you had a vision. Right?
Yes.
You have a plan, but you had a vision. I think that's
for sure.
That's important because you'll make moves to align yourself with your vision.
Correct.
That's awesome. So then my last question is, I call myself the amateur expert, and I claim to know a little bit about a lot. So if you could please share with me a random tidbit of information, a fun fact, something that would allow me to answer a 200-word question on Jeopardy,
Vodka can be made from more than just grains. Jeopardy question. So vodka can be made from potatoes. They can make vodka from fruit. They can make vodka from wheat, barley, anything. At this point, I heard they're making some wheat vodka at this point. So if anybody says there's only one way to make vodka or one thing to make vodka out of, it is false.
And is the process? Is the process the same?
The process, yep, it's the same regardless. So you also will see on bottles, quadruple distilled, triple distilled. That doesn't mean anything. That means they heated it up to be a vapor, and then they cooled it back down again. They just repeated this process to get potential impurities off of it and took it through some sort of filter. So they're like, oh yeah, we're 5 and 6 times distilled. Way to go, you boiled some water and cooled it back down over and over again. I'm proud of you.
You're scientist.
That's the science brain in me.
Well, Miko, I appreciate you being on the show. Also want to shout out Jay Allen for connecting us. That was so awesome of him to do that. And if you would please share your Instagram handle and where people can find you. I know you're based out of Kansas City, but are you outside?
We do travel. We do travel. Yep. Sure, you can find us on all social media channels at Shots by Miko. Luckily, we were able to, have one consistent handle for everything we do. Our website is www.shotsbymiko.com. We're on Facebook at Shots by Miko, Snapchat, all of that. And I also want to let you know that your interview timed out after the first annual Kansas City People's Choice Award, where we won Best Bartending Service for the city. So, yeah, if anybody goes and checks my stories, you see me running around with a little gold man, and. So we won that, and I was like, oh, and I have this show to do on Tuesday. Cool.
Hey, congratulations. Wishing you
Thank you.
best of luck, and I can't wait to see what you have in store coming up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everyone who's watching and everyone who will watch once again.
I'll talk to you soon, Miko.
All right. Same to you. Bye, guys.